Hey folks, so on today's episode of the Gun Buff channel, we're going to take a look at the Boker AK74. Alright, let's see what it can do against paracord, right? Because that's probably the number one cutting task that's going to do out there in the field or day to day, other than opening boxes for me, right? So here we go. Yeah, no problem at all. Let's see what it does against a scrap piece of paper. Alright, so yeah, I mean, that's more than sharp enough for me. So, it's perfect. All right, so here it is. It comes in this all cardboard box that is embossed to make it look like a 20 rounder AK or AK74 mag. There's nothing else in there but the foam and the knife itself. So, I had been wanting one of these for quite some time. I am not much of a knife guy, but I gotta tell you, I like the idea of having an auto for my bug out bag, for everyday carry, for my chest rig, whatever. It just seems, you know, easily one-handed. This gets really good reviews online, and in particular, people talk about the value, right? So this is an all aluminum scales or all aluminum body, has a deep ride pocket clip, as you can see there. All right, does have a lanyard hole right there, and of course it has push button deployment. So that's what the blade says. It's made by Boker Plus, and that is the type of steel. So the XHP gets kind of put in that category of super steel. And while I don't really know whether or not it's super steel or not, I can tell you that it looks good. It is not too heavy. It seems to hold an edge really, really well. But more importantly, the price was right? So like even with this decent quality steel, you're looking at around 60 bucks. So I just thought it was really, really cool. I like the OD green. It is super light. They're very affordable. They make this version, they make a mini as well, it's just a cool little knife. It feels really good in the hand. It has this really nice jimping pattern on the back, and it just fits my medium small hands, as you can tell, pretty well. So I've been carrying this and using it for a few days now, and I just don't have anything bad to say about it. It's very, very snappy. One thing that I always kind of look for is the centering on knives, right? So you can see that this guy is perfectly centered and it's super snappy. So very, very snappy. And it just feels good in the hand. Again, this jimping up here and these grooves really seem to have made up with my hands. Now if you had bigger hands, this may not be the knife for you, but they sell a lot of these. They get really good reviews and they're relatively inexpensive. If you go with one of the lower quality, if you will, steels, then like AS8 or even some of the Chinese steels, you can get this in the, I believe, the $40 category. So really it's a great value. It looks good, it feels good. They also come in a stupid amount of colors and blade profiles. They have spear point. I believe they even make a Tonto. They make serrated, non-serrated. They make all kinds of colored blades, colored handles, you know, neon pink, bright yellow, green, lime green, all kinds of stuff. Traditional all black, you know, it just depends. But again, for me, this was really, really just a knife that I wanted to have in my bug out bag or my everyday carry. I just thought it was really, really nice because I can pull it out and deploy it one-handed. So whenever I find really cool gear that I really like, that really connects with me, I want to show it off because I feel like there's someone out there who will feel the same way. So this is new to me. It's probably not new to the internet or to you guys, but it's definitely seems to be worth it for me. So what do I really think about the Boker Plus AK74? Well, I got to tell you, even if it didn't have super steel in it, this knife just connects with me. I don't know why. I like the look of it. I like the one-handed operation. You know, I've been trying to get this thing to fail, right? Either, you know, snapping it up and down, thinking that the centering would go off, or trying to get it to deploy in my pocket. But you really have to find that button, right? You just can't brush past it. You have to find that button, and then you have to really depress it. So I don't really think this is going to come loose or activate in your pocket. Also, I think this would make a really good, you know, chest rig knife, bug out bag, everyday carry for that matter. But I like it. It sits really deep in the pocket, which I like as well. And I love the fact that it has a lanyard hole, so that if I was in that scenario where this was my only cutting tool, then I could lash it to my wrist or whatever and never be in fear of losing it. So I really dig this knife, and it just connects with me, right? So, you know, there's tons of knives out there, and I'm not much of a knife channel. I do mostly firearms, obviously, but I love survival, and I love looking at gear and finding gear that really connects with me, and this really seems to connect. Maybe it's just the color. I kind of like the two-tone, the OD green, the stonewash blade. I just dig it, right? I dig the shape of the blade. It seems to really hold an edge. I mean, I have used this with all kinds of stuff, and it really seems to cut right through it and keep on going. I'm sure I'll eventually have to sharpen it, but I guess that's why the good steel matters, right? The only negative I'm going to go with, of course, is, you know it, it's not made here in America. Wish it was. I believe it's designed in Germany, but it's made in Taiwan. But hell, so is my beloved Spyderco, right? This is the Cat from Spyderco, and it's made out of BD1 steel, which is another quote super steel made in free China or Taiwan. And it's really kind of similar to this in quality of steel. I like it. They work well. They're in my price range. I really wish that I had the money to buy all American blades, but you know, a knife like this made in America probably gonna set you back $150-ish. So it's like 3 times as expensive. But this really seems to connect. They made a lot of these. There's tons of reviews out there. So I think it has a good track record. And again, the only negative for me is that it's not made in the States. So that's what I got for you today. If you like these type of videos, please do me a huge favor. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell icon so you see all of our videos. And as always, be safe and be good.